Let's go to the division winner of the NFC South. A year ago, your Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we spent a miraculous, 8 minutes and 48 seconds as to why this team was dog water.
Because this team had no business making the playoffs.
Yeah.
This team had zero business making the playoffs. The two teams that should have been in the race both fell on their face. Like, it was terrible.
They removed Tom Brady retires. He's not going to go right to the booth. He takes the year off in 2023. They fire Byron Leftwich after Tom Brady's 700 passing attempts in 2022. They bring in Dave Canales as offensive coordinator. They bring in Baker Mayfield. They gave him a chance. He beats out Kyle Trask for the job. And the rest is history because, well, Baker Mayfield had a really good year. Mike Evans produced wildly last year. And also Rashad White, the running back, also really performed amazing. So, Dom, if you could pull us back here, and let's look into the offense here, maybe be a little more positive that goes on here. All right, because we are super positive on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The big thing here is Graham Barton, the new center. I believe he's at a Duke. Don't quote me on that one. I could probably find it really quick. Yep, Graham Barton at a Duke. Ryan Jensen retires after having a knee injury during the 2023 training camp. He comes back for a game for Tom Brady's last game in the wild card round of 2023 against the Cowboys, and that was kind of it. That was a career for him. But Baker Mayfield, this is his show. They draft Bucky Irving in the 4th round. Still, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. They bring in Sterling Shepard.
Cool.
The offensive line is still there. Yeah, I don't have much else to say. Yeah, so they added Sterling Shepard, offensive guard, Ben Bredson, Sua Opta, and that's really it. They lost David Moore and just some backup offensive linemen. That was really about it with their bigger moves there. So,
I mean, this is the same offense, right? Like, I mean, they're going to perform the same, I would think. Maybe even a little bit better because they've been together for a little bit.
Breakout year,
and Chris Godwin had issues last year, right? For a little bit, there was like a weird slump or something. Was it Chris Godwin? Was it Mike Evans? I don't remember.
No, it was Chris Godwin. Mike Evans was like on fire last
year.
He had probably one of the better years of his career.
I feel like Chris Godwin had this weird
drop of balls too on top of Mike Evans. I just remember Mike Evans fantasy owners just watching this guy drop 2 or 3 touchdowns last year. Like easy balls, just drop them.
Hey, that was Keenan Allen too. A case of the oopsies.
Random drops, but he was still elite. It's incredible.
He caught the Aguilar.
Yeah, moments where, like easy balls and just drop them. Like, what is this? Like Evans I've watched all season. Like, what are we doing, bro?
I mean, the addition of Sterling Shepard means absolutely nothing to me. Cool, you got like the NFL's best 4th wide receiver or whatever. Like, sure. He replaced David Moore. All right. So besides that, I don't know.
I don't know if you want to if you want to bring up any like gossip news. Trey Palmer, nah. I don't think that was a real source. I'm gonna look this up really quick. I'm not gonna announce.
No,
I don't know where you're going. So
zero clue where you're going with this. What are we about?
Where are going with it? He found one of these memes. So
I definitely found the meme account. Oh no, it was 100% a meme account. I'm not even gonna announce it.
You started it. You have to.
I fell for it. That. Sydney Sweeney and Trey Palmer.
Nick, I said the episode. I saw 4 of those with 4 different people today. Please give me the defense. Well, Dom, defense, I think Will should be shut out the rest of this episode.
What?
The fact that Will found a meme account for something about the NFC South for the episode is just so fitting.
Get the defense, please. Like, can we, like,
Will so the defense here, they bring
No, you already lost your job. You lost your job. Actually,
let me announce that I won't say another word for the rest of the episode.
No. I don't want to hear any more from you, Will. So I'm going to take over for this now. All right, so the defense with some losses. They sent some cornerback, forget his name, to the Detroit Lions for a bag of chips. They still have Vita Vea out of Washington. They drafted a few years back. Levante David's still there. Jordan Whitehead, Antoine Winfield, I think, got an extension. And, yeah, the rest of this defense, I give 2 craps about, just like the rest of the NFC South. Dom, what is your opinion? Because Will is useless to me.
Yeah, the defense. I mean, what? The only loss is Barrett, right? That's really like the big.
Jack Barrett retired, and not
Devin
the
White.
cornerback. I'm missing a cornerback.
Carlton Davis.
Probably has. No, here. There's a corner I'm missing. Traded to Detroit. That I'm missing.
Carlton Davis, no? Or was that the?
I just said Carlton Davis.
Yeah, but you're in the bad.
I heard Sidney Sweeney. I don't. What?
Yeah, that's the name I'm missing on quarterback. All right, that's the rest of your input.
I mean,
Gerald, what are you thinking out of this defense? What do you think?
Well, all they've ever had is pass rush and then a guys that hold on the outside. Blitzing every play and then holding on the outside is not a strategy.
Yeah, but don't they perform? Doesn't this defense didn't they perform?
No, it only performs against teams who are poorly coached.
And that's probably half of their schedule. So, I mean, here we go. Let's just do it. By the way, aesthetic schedule, everyone. So, here we are.
All right, well, at least they're doing something right.
It is kind of cool looking. I'm not going to lie.
Let me turn my head sideways.
Yeah, that's the only part. It's like a little bit.
The only problem is we're all
break
under
my
it,
neck.
I will say, it's like you're on a boat. So, sure, I guess. I don't know. It's where we're at.
I mean,
if this was what their schedule looked like last year, we would have said this is the best part of the team. So,
yeah, this team should be again fighting for a playoff spot. The offense is intact. If Baker stays healthy, they have 2 legitimate weapons, a solid running back. The defense, you know what you're going to get. They're probably the second best defense in the division, so they're going to be up there competing for the division again. So it comes down to, can the Falcons take the big leap that we're expecting? The Saints are probably going to disappoint again, and Baker Mayfield's going to continue to shock people because Cleveland should have never let him go, and just built around Baker and Cleveland. Instead, they went for the great person that is Deshaun Watson, and that's backfired for Cleveland. So the Buccaneers got a hyped up Baker, guy looking to prove himself, and he proved himself with the Bucs and got himself a contract. And here's Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Mike Evans, who I believe got a contract extension this offseason. Didn't Mike Evans? So they're in a good spot. And I'm very glad that the NFC South is over. Oh, God.
That's a really rough end of September to early November.
No. Not even that.
From late September to their bye week sucks.
Not even that. They could go into this bye week with 3 wins straight up. Because you have to play. All right, so the Eagles, that's tough. The Falcons, nowadays, that might be tough.
Well, yeah, you go on the road, 2 straight road
and they
division
lose
games
against New Orleans on the road every year. So that's also
then you get to come home right to the Ravens.
Yep. And then Falcons again, which you might get whooped again by the Falcons.
Probably going to win the home game.
Kansas City, San Fran. Yeah, they might win. I mean, that stretch sucks.
Yeah, then you have 2 of the best teams in the NFL back-to-back before your bye week.
Yeah, so I mean, that they could go into the bye week 3 wins. That's it.
It'll be one of those things where they're the 3rd place team, and then they rattle off a bunch of wins at the end of the season, and
then they go 7-9 and call it a day.
And then this is the NFC South in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is exactly why 50 minutes.
I don't know if it will depend on how bad the NFC will be. If maybe another 9-win team's going to be entering the playoffs at the 7 seed.
Well, that's not the NFC's problem. That's this division's problem. It's the divisional format's problem.
I don't know if they're going to be producing a second team to go into the playoffs.
They never do.
They didn't last year. It was just the one team.
It's just their 1 7-win team that squeaks in.
9.
I'm being hyperbolic.
Fair. It's 1 over 500.
So it could be 7-10 going into the playoffs. Who knows?
Oh, Trent Williams is holding out.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
Wrong division.